Any random person can call up. Yeah. First of all, any random person can fucking call up the CPS, and the CPS can come and turn up at your house and and harass you till you pose a threat to them. Then they take that to the family court. It's corrupted. We all know the game, and it cannot be. Take it to the fucking court. The police can't come and do nothing because the police would know. Say, well, you did not inform this guy. You the people were turning up, saying you concern. The videos that I have about Unu will show us that Unu refused to tell me anything. That would infuriate anybody. A licensed psychologist would have to admit that in court, otherwise he will lose his license. Because guess what? They have said it many a time for other people. So, yeah, it never ring my phone. And even if you ring my phone, you have never rang off of a identifiable number where that number can trace back to a fucking office. Simple as that. She can't ring me off any mobile. Anybody can buy a SIM and ring up anybody and say anything. The CPS, the mental health service, I wouldn't say, I don't know about the police, but them two think they slip. You can go and buy a pound SIM card, ring somebody, harass them every day until they tell you to fuck off, and then you go secretly behind them, but I'm going to get warrants to say they're threatening you. The judge not going to ask and say, well, did this man know exactly who you were? What number did you ring off of? Exactly how did you get this recorded? Because the moment that come out in the court, they say, well, you did not use an official number. And the guy did not know who you were. You did not record the whole conversation. You just played the part that suited the fucking system. And we do it.
What's your name? And what's your name, ma'am? What's your last name? Woodrow, and what's your last name? Come on. Sure, I'd love it.
Yeah, I'd like to have your card as well. I'd like to have your card and your identity back.
I'm not contracting with you.
Okay. So, the concern is that you prefer a judge.
You're already here for that. You haven't came back. Amber went and spoke with you guys about that.
Yes.
We have an audio recording of that when she spoke of that, so I'm completely aware. If there was any issues, the police would show up.
Okay,
but nothing. But nothing.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Right. So
you are.
Your mental health.
My mental health is fine. I did a mental health assessment. It came back all good. You're not a mental health professional.
Okay. Are you okay with us having
No.
No.
It's sealed by the court.
Absolutely not.
So go ask the judge.
Okay, but
go ask the judge.
What reason would you have to find the judge?
Did I?
Did I? How do you know that? How do you know that? Where did you get this information from?
That's why I'm here.
Well then, they can come, the police can come and they can charge me and I'll go in front of a judge and we'll deal with it in the proper terms because you have no jurisdiction to talk about any of that. I'm not answering any of your questions. No, I'm not relaying anything. I'm not contracting with you whatsoever. I have no obligation to, no right to, you have no right to come back to my home. This is on notice. I do not care. I've actually, how many times now? You're still on the phone. I do not care. I do not care. I don't care about life. I do not care. No, I haven't received any voicemails, nothing from you. No. I don't have to contract with you.
Okay. Well, when there's concerns for
No, I don't care about your concerns. My spouse is an early childhood educator. She knows how to take care of a child. She knows when a child is in danger better than you guys because we can look at the statistics that they teach you guys in your school and how many kids go through the cracks that you guys fuck off with your jobs. So don't tell me you know best. Most of you don't. Do you have a kid? Do you have a kid? Exactly, because you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about the situation. You have nothing. You have no idea. You are ignorant.
Okay.
You are completely
so why don't you
ignorant.
tell me?
Because I have no need to contract with you. Anything I say to you could be used against me because you are corrupt. Does that make sense? You construe and twist everything anybody ever says to you guys, and you use it against them because you are a corrupt organization that you guys paid to go work for. Yeah. It's fucking sad. It's sad.
I guess our reason for being here today
is nothing. Is stupid. Is ignorance. Is ignorance. You have nothing to say about my mental health. I already dealt with that. No, you don't. It's closed. And then I had a report, so why don't you look in that little file and find my report where the assessor was like, he's totally okay. Just because I don't align with your point of views doesn't make me mentally unhealthy.
But the fact that you're threatening to kill a family.
Did I? Did I?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Send me the recordings. And we'll see. Because like I said, you and your fucking bosses construe everything and twist everything your own little way.
How am I supposed to send you the recordings?
I don't fucking know. Figure it out. It's through the courts. If the courts really had that big of an issue, they give it to you.
They will.
If you had so much authority and so much power, you would get it.
I have access to it.
Then go get it.
And do what? Come here.
Read it. Read it. Get off the property. I've said it how many times?
Okay.
Read it, and they will say, I am totally 1,000% mentally healthy.
Okay.
And you don't get to assess that. Just because I don't fucking want to talk to you how you want to be talked to doesn't make me mentally unhealthy. Because I have opinions that you don't necessarily agree with doesn't make me mentally unhealthy. It makes me a human fucking being.
But when you threatened to kill
Did I? Nobody threatened that. You're misconstruing things and you're twisting words. Nobody said that. You're a liar. You're a liar because if I did, it would be threats, right? And then an RCMP officer months and months ago, when I actually made that fucking voicemail, would have came and talked to me then. So you have no authority. If you think you do, you go arrest me for threats on a judge. So get the fuck off my house, off my property. Carry on, carry on, carry on. I'm not touching you. Carry on, off my property. Right now, you can walk a little bit quicker, a little quicker. See this portion right here? You're under warning now. No, you listen to me. You're at my house. You're under warning now that if you breach this threshold ever again,
Yeah, sounds like the way to treat them. Yeah. We don't know this here, but I'm saying I cannot prove that I have ever seen or spoken to willingly. It was all done by force. I cannot win. So anything I said was said on the new bomb buckle arrest. Come on.
What's your name? What's your name now?
Simple as that, yeah. Anything that was said is said under due force and insurmountable pressure and through various tactics. I definitely don't want them tactics the inside of the courtroom. I'm 100% sure of that. You know what I mean? I'm very sure of that. So we can't win here. I had to go out there and research all of that myself to find out who the fuck these people are. That alone is illegal because apparently you have the right to ask and the right to know. Apparently so.
Problems at CPS for months. Want to be one of Manchester's best paid bus drivers.
Apparently so. You have the right to ask and the right to know. You people don't even want to be identified, so I had the right to ask who you people are. Therefore, I had the right to know. You people did not have the right to not divulge who you are because you had a plan. And your plan is obviously shit.
That's right, Stephen. Katie, this case.
So you take my son, I'm not going to pay the money to get him. I'm going to buy a dog and a parrot. Come take both of them next year. I give you so many things to come take because you have to have a reason to. And then I still have the right to ask and the right to know. Come on, it's but the 60s.
Protecting Arizona's children.
Commissioner of Government. I think it is to keep kids safe.
But one former CPS caseworker who asked us to hide her identity says Arizona's system is broken when you work
There's no broken system. It's all planned. It's all orchestrated in the exact way to do it.
Absolutely.
This former worker blames mistakes on a lack of accountability. And during her time with CPS, she says she was shocked at the confessions her colleagues would make.
Drive-bys, you literally drive by the house. You don't actually stop and you don't do what's called due diligence. There were a couple of workers that would say, do you actually go out and knock at the door? And I'm like, yeah. Well, I do drive-bys. And I'm like, what is a drive-by? Oh, I just drive down the street. You don't knock? No. I've just driven down the street. It's nothing. This report is really nothing.
She recalls one situation where she claims a child under state custody died of natural causes, and the caseworker didn't know anything about it.
He didn't know the sex of the kid, and he didn't know that the kid had passed away.
But CPS Child Welfare Program Administrator Deborah Harper disagreed with those claims in an April interview. But do you feel that cases slip through the cracks?
From my perspective, I don't see that.
We've also uncovered court paperwork supporting the claims of some parents who say caseworkers abuse their power.
Oh,
We
that's
found
easy.
court documents of an open case where a judge goes on the record claiming a caseworker made up her mind to take away the children because she didn't like that the parents didn't react quickly enough during the initial visit. He accuses the caseworker of, quote, getting ticked off, unquote, and the judge believes that's why the children were taken away. And this former CPS employee tells me that's not an isolated incident.
They know that people who have some perceived power, when you have the ability to do those things and somebody pisses you off, yeah, it can happen. Should it happen? Absolutely not.
But DES Director Clarence Carter tells me in a past interview that abuse of power doesn't exist within his agency.
Is there a generic issue with caseworkers bullying? I think there is not.
And that former employee that we talked to, while she did say that there are some caseworkers that abuse the system, she did want to point out that there are others that truly care about the kids and practice due diligence. I currently have an ongoing request with DES trying to get the exact numbers of just how many caseworkers have neglected their investigations. And Katie and Steve, as soon as we get that, I'll keep you updated.
We'll be waiting for it. Thanks, Anita. It's time to fall in love with winter.
I wanna get caught too. Hey. I'm still attacking, regardless. You're right, that dumb too, innit? Because if I don't know who you are, how am I gonna attack you? That can't just do it. I'll be just show that I make logical sense. I'm shutting the door. The more I touch. Everybody know about the pussy. About everybody. You mean all the pedophiles and racists who, oh, we can't afford for anybody who is anti-British to raise kids in Britain. Oh, national security. Fuck. No, and obviously no there's a problem this isn't it? Because yeah, anybody with anti-Western views, I guess raising a child in Britain would be a concern. Because they will be concerned that them people are going to teach their kids anti-Western views. And then therefore they will come and take their kids away on a false pretense. The people want, if everybody want beating, once when they get involved, all they have to do is to start be anti-Western. That's it, anti-British. That's all they have to really do, beating. And then obviously that would be motive to say why not try to take away the kids. Because they don't want the child being raised up with these viewpoints as well. Because go, you have to secure Britain by taking away someone's child. And the problem we're not gonna find is behind closed doors, it would make sense why the CPS constantly attack up people's children. Majority of them are people from foreigners and people with anti-Western views. Anybody will talk against the government and don't want that to pass down to their children and take the kids away. That's why it goes through secret family courts. That is the real reason. That is actually, just think about it. That's the actual reason why it goes through this family secret courts. Is because it's the police who is really behind it. MI5 is really behind the majority of this. Because those who them can't prove the allegations against, and why they're not getting no answers because it's the government behind it. It's not the CPS directly. What they're doing is they don't want your anti-Western view to be told to the child. And you have the right to grow your child how you see fit, as long as you're not abusing. So that's why the family court exists in that way, and that's why they'll never open it up to public scrutiny. Just think about that. MI5 is 100% in control of this. 100%. Me and my racial and homophobic views. Who don't want the child to know that? Is that abuse to pass down my views? You have people in Britain who teach their kids that they're superior and teach them kids classism and even racism. And yeah, but you have to be of a certain race or I don't think nationality, but you have to be of a certain race to get it done. Because it would suit MI5 if you're a racist. That means you're never going to side with anybody else but them anyway, so it wouldn't matter to them. Yeah, just realizing it. So not only not tackle the kids and not sell them into certain things, not also taking on people, kids because of their political views. And that's why they can't get to, they don't allow them to defend it because the reason would come home. Because it proved that the CPS excuse me, it will prove that the CPS don't have any evidence on this or allegations. Why? What is the reason for them to get up and make an allegation? It obviously lead back to the police and the person's political view. Yeah, it obviously lead back to that. Yeah. It makes so much sense. That is really what's going on there.
Safe is now behind bars. Good evening, everyone. I'm James.
I know it's feature minute for Wendy. That employee is accused of falsifying records. AC Action News reporter Heather Lee is live for us. And Heather, what did the sheriff say she lied about?
That's not how you keep a child safe.
So Taylor Martin is the employee that we're talking about. She works for the Child Protection Agency, and part of her job is to go out and interview neighbors when she gets claims of abuse or neglect. But according to the sheriff's office, she never actually interviewed some of the neighbors that she claimed to interview. Instead, she just wrote down fake responses, and the sheriff's office eventually found out. The sheriff's office says that she did this at least 2 other times while investigating 2 other cases. So far, they say her false documents didn't have any impact on the outcome of these cases and that no children were hurt. They took notice after her supervisor read one of the interviews and said it lacked any detail and seemed very generic. That neighbor said she had never been interviewed. On top of that, they say Martin incorrectly assumed what that neighbor would say about the woman they were investigating because they were, quote, friends. But the sheriff's office found the neighbor did have concerns. This has happened before in Pinellas County. A man named Stephen Urban was arrested for the same thing.
As they say, you can't fix stupid. And how in the world would you think that somebody, when this just happened, and somebody else falsified records, and they get fired and they get criminally charged, and then she turns around and does it herself? It's inexplicable. You can't explain it.
Now, the sheriff's office said she started her career here in August of 2016.
More than know what going on. To the finest of suits of details. Go to the judge, we call it this. Secrecy act, secrecy act. Would have a first pay any payment towards me. 10 grand is not a salary for working for any government organization. No chance. 10 grand a year, that is less than part-time work pay, you know. Come on, talk. Yeah, the lose from such a. I'm saying I have no choice but to do what I need to do. Yeah. And I really need to do what I have to do. And I'm going to be forced to do it like it. As me now, but man smarter than un have all of the tactics between one another. Me and figure out what I do. Play the smarter. Yeah, you play the smarter than.
And tonight, a new lawsuit filed against Florida's foster care system accuses state agencies of fabricating evidence, falsifying records, and secretly collaborating so people connected to the system could take children for themselves, even when the child's biological relatives want custody. Good evening, and thanks for joining us.
That's why it's really a lot of it is down to that selling kids to people who can't have kids. So if you go, yeah, that's what, if the government. I'm gonna tell you, the government can't investigate this because they know they will find that the majority of the people who have kids are people who adopt kids or people who can't have kids. Nothing is wrong with that. But when you go and look into that, where did this payment of 10, 15, 20,000 go? And nobody can account for that random payment or that random cash drawn from the account. And all of a sudden, them have a child. Bam, bingo. Hey, bingo. It's not broken. I don't like that terminology. It is planned.
With a village of family members surrounding them.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's so much.
Tanai and Rodney Williams are for the first time
It's obviously planned. You look a white boy, you are control. You know you're fucked in.
They called us
Because either way you take it, you have a problem. Because it's what was going on. Because of what Uno do, this gets exposed. Yeah, enemies right there, so they're like, that is set him up in. Bad people.
Williams are among 4 Florida families now suing the governor and leaders of Florida's Department of Children and Families and other state foster care organizations, accusing the organizations of fabricating evidence, hiding and withholding key information, and ignoring state and federal family laws so they could snatch children from their biological families and then adopt them out to system-connected strangers, seeking children of their own. It's been 4 years and 3 months. The Williams has started in 2017.
Yeah, it's obviously what's going on. They have people have friends in there and know people and know people. And I get the child and put to them in it. Especially the baby ones the babies are at risk when it comes to that particular thing. It is the babies who are really at risk there, so. Because most people would want a baby in it because it can imprint on the baby. And the baby will never remember the situation.
Wednesday, the federal district court in Tallahassee. Still, the suit says DCF removed the baby and her brother from the home. These young parents eventually stripped of their parental rights.
Yeah. Yeah, I destroyed me in that family courtroom. They're like little fool where have the Aubrey said, I thought she was smarter. I tear it apart. I said, why don't you actually do all of this? And why the government is saying that in the trick? It's because they're exposing corruption.
To take custody of the baby, bypassing state and federal laws that require foster care systems to seek out relatives before placing children with non-relative strangers. Yet these grandparents say they were ultimately disqualified from adopting their granddaughter. They came up with so many different excuses. I was top military, worked for the city of New York, college degree. Because nothing wrong with me having a granddaughter. This biological grandmother says at one point caseworkers falsely claimed that she abused her own son years earlier and was even listed on the abuse registry as a child abuser.
Yeah.
18 years old at the time. All lies, she says. I thought it was an experience. And part of a bigger intent.
No, it's not like a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
So that operators of the system essentially have their choice of children placed into the state's custody. Lee Crutch is the baby's biological great aunt. Because they didn't do an episode and they never expected to get caught. In the Williams case, their daughter was fostered out to this family. The father, a board member at the time for the same contracted foster agency that thought to terminate the parents' rights. Felt like it was a setup. I can't even describe the pain.
I understand everybody.
Julie Miller says it happened to her family too, nearly 3 years ago. She moved to Florida from Illinois to care for her granddaughter.
I thought it was everybody.
Rights were terminated. While the parents denied they did anything wrong, Miller says she was one of 8 relatives ready, willing, and able to take custody, but rejected. They did 2 of them, and they both were. According to this lawsuit, Miller's bond with her daughter was too close. So instead of family, her grandbaby was.
I won't pay one more bill in this fucking country. What me? Not one more bill. Stop the door, bossy boy. You have no choice. I won't pay one more bill in this district or court.
GCF against committee recommendations to keep the baby with family, instead placed her with a non-relative foster system.
One more bill, bro. And all of that, this is a part of the system what they're doing to the game. All of it. Because the CPS, the social service, the NHS, they're all lying. And if I start winning, going to pro tournaments, it won't add up what they're saying, won't add up. So this is all a part of it. And I'm saying it's white people. These black people, they're not saying what's going on. Because white people is majority in the country. So anywhere where you have the majority, you have the vote. That's as simple as that. So they're saying means nothing here.
Keep a child from being placed with relatives can get away with it. The system is so bogged down when they come in with false stories or they come in with false allegations of caregivers having backgrounds, the judge is not going to say, "Oh, well, let me look at this on the study. Oh, let me look at this."
No, the judge not gonna say because the judge himself probably know people, have family himself for this. Nobody can tell that the judge know these workers unless they have a working relationship. The family court judge should not have a friendship or working relationship with the social service. It shouldn't be happening because everybody knows that cronyism is a real problem within the system.
3 years ago by the same board member and his family who first took her in. In an email,
Yeah.
the now former board member stated, "I would certainly like to speak to you regarding our daughter. I'm sure you've heard several fabulous stories which are not true." He never elaborated. His attorney wouldn't let him, telling me custody cases are by law confidential and can't be publicly discussed.
Yeah, that's why them do it, innit? Because there is finger behind it. There's child trafficking behind it. That's why it is locked and sealed, innit? Because when them give it when them give the child to somebody or them know, they don't want you to go look for the child. Yeah, they don't want you to go and look for that child, innit? So that's why they seal the record. Because you can never find the child after the record is sealed. They'll just change the name, innit? Yeah, they'll just change the name. Yeah, they'll just change the child name and you'll never find that child. So you can easily see how child trafficking play a role. Because who is going to go there and look for that child? All you have to do is just remove the child off of the record. The court already sealed it. Remove the child off of the adoption record. That's as if that child going to somebody it cannot be found. It's not hard, innit? That makes so much sense that what they're doing, innit? All this what they're doing with the FIFA is a part of it. Because the British government has something to do with me. Yeah. The British government has something to do with me that they don't want to say what exactly it is. Move. Move. Yeah, the British state has something to do with me. Delta isn't my mother. So don't tell me about everybody agrees. Yeah. It's too easy to prove that everybody will never agree with the state. There are plenty of people who don't like the surveillance thing. I don't like that the power has too much. Police have too much power. Plenty of people don't like social services. Can't be everybody. So everybody means to when use and do certain things. Work directly for or benefit from it. Don't really expose themselves. So, trust me, I'm not one out when the least expect it. When the least expect it, I can get real comfortable. I can get real comfortable. Nothing wrong. Right as soon as I expect it, least expect it. I cannot win, man. Everybody who has ever sold me any drug that I'm putting in prison. I said, why is the CPS allowing this? Why is the police allowing this? You cannot win, dude. I'm not going to least expect it. I'm not going to carry on, carry on. That's why I'm not trying to use women all the time, you know, because, you know. I just be, they get above it anymore. I know exactly what to pinpoint it to and say what the connection is. And them on social services of some connection. They're either a friend or an associate, a child, or an employee. One of them is. Either something to do with it. Like I said, no matter what me do, social service never tell me so they were involved in my life. I had to go on Google and watch YouTube. What they were doing was trying to program the YouTube to show only pure violent content over and over. Always some shit about serial killer and rapist. They would never say recommend anything to do with what they are doing. And who can argue say that is possible? Nobody can argue with the logic. As long as we stay in the realms of logic, so we cannot win. I say they're the ones that's behind this. If I go on my YouTube and show you the recommended list, you'll see some crazy stuff on there. But if I ever show you the recommended list on my YouTube, and for years it's been going on, it's not recommend showing me some shit about America and terrorism and suicide bombers and I mean one bag of shit is showing me. I'm never for I don't watch anything. I don't really care like that. I mean, but watch this, yeah. It's the social services. Obviously, the social service works with the NHS, the police, and everybody you can think about. Yeah, they're the ones that's behind all of this, setting all of this up. Yeah, they're the ones that's setting it all up. They're the connection in there. They're the central point in all of this. That's why the police is being told you can't arrest him for nothing. He says because he's gonna expose what we're doing. I know fool. I made sure to say things that the police would logically have to arrest you for, which means you logically get in a courtroom for. And I realized that they're ignoring it. The reason why they're ignoring it is because they're told to ignore it because it will expose Britain. And so it shows that the police does not care about people and they're not here to keep the public and the community safe. What they're doing, they're keeping rich people's interests, pedophile interests. So you have people like Jimmy Savile, yeah, and all of these type of people, yeah. So people are having their kids taken away from them. For the most randomest of things it would seem, yeah. No actual proof to the allegation. They're just having their kids taken away. Yeah? But then you have Jimmy Savile, is that what he's called? Yeah, that weird white guy, running around for over 30 years abusing children. And nobody knew, noticed, the social service didn't notice. They didn't stop and say take away the kid. It shows that they're involved. It shows that the police is involved. It shows that they're all pedophiles. The people who are in control of the police are obviously pedophiles, and they've set the system in a way so people are scared to people are scared to challenge the hierarchy or they'll be fired. They've done that on purpose. I say you can't if everybody stands up to it, it can't be done. And that's why they do it the way they do it. That's why they do it, innit? I ain't scared of you man. Anything you man wanna try, try, innit? Trust me on that. Man failed spectacularly. You'll have to run to police. You can't arrest him because basically he's gonna win anyway. He's gonna win anyway. Mm, that's funny. No, you see what I'm saying? It's crazy. As if I go on my YouTube recommendations, the shit you're going to see on there, I had to, you know what I had to do to stop them recommendations? Yeah? You know what I had to do to stop them recommendations? Start fucking subscribing to shit that I don't even watch. And half of the things I subscribe to, it never pops up on the screen. There's things on my YouTube that I subscribe to, and it's never recommended one video ever. And the people are active. I've got to go there on their channel itself to do it. Stop biting my shoes. And I said they took my license, and that's why I'm not rushing to get my license because it's because what it is evidence. So they're gonna say why was his license revoked? There had to be a reason. I mean, there had to be a reason why that license was revoked, and that's why I'm not in no rush to get it back because there had to be a reason. Because when my license was granted, there's going to be a big gap between why was he not driving between this extended period of time? The license was taken. And as long as that is the case, there had to have been a reason. And any reason given, I was certainly not made aware. I was not made aware of what reasons were given. And so I don't have nothing to worry about. Anytime you man turn up, a license is going to pose a problem. But you can't say nothing happened. You can't say, oh, you dreamed it. Oh, you never had a license. I'll jump in a car and drive in front of that courthouse. We'll say, well, where did I learn to drive? Where the fuck did I learn to drive then, innit? I said, there's no way you might come out of this. Like, you might cannot win what you do. That license was always key. So, yeah. To say, well, something happened when somebody's license get taken away or revoked. I've never been caught speeding, never been caught drink driving. But then what else can your license be taken for in this country? You can't pedophile's license and take it. Only drink driving and speeding and anything of that nature gets your license taken. Otherwise, some sort of mental health issue does there. Because if you're on just powerful medication, they don't take your license. They put terms on it. They put certain conditions on it. Your license is fully removed. Once your license is fully revoked, something serious happens, and obviously you man will lose out. That's why I no rush to get that license back. I'm ensuring that there's a massive gap between me getting my license and not driving. But massive gap, and that gap can't be denied. Yeah, very confused. Very. I can go on that little thing that Google has. They say Google your license and show it says license revoked. I put it into the magistrate court. The magistrate's court is as guilty as the social services. They're all public authorities. They work together, don't they? They are as guilty as the social services. They're as guilty as them. Because when they revoked the license, what I did, I applied to the courts to get my license back, and the courts ignored it. And when I rang back the DVLA, they said the time was past. So I found there a couple when I moved into this property, I emptied all my suitcase. So about 3-4 months ago, I have this old suitcase in my little what's it called, that little cupboard thing where I put my coats in. I thought about throwing it away, innit? So I opened it anyway just to check what was in. And there is a letter is in there from the DVLA saying I should go to a fitness to drive medical. I'm thinking I've never seen that. So you get the fitness to drive medical first, then it says then they revoke it. Obviously, if you don't turn up, it's a default decision. Then you have to go to the court. Guess what? They couldn't allow me to go to the court because the court would have said you didn't turn up to your fitness to drive. I would say I was never aware of that fitness to drive team. So how do I miss the fitness to drive and the fucking magistrate court appeal? Why did I not go to any of these two fucking things? I was clearly medicated out of my mind, weren't I? Or I never knew. I mean, I either never knew or I was being overly medicated. It's one of them. You must have no chance. And that's I'm gonna take the DVLA down with you. Because they're gonna have to say, well, we sent the letter off. We don't know what happened between sending that letter off and him not turning up. So let's see how many of you back each other in. This is Britain and fine. There's laws, innit? When you're caught in Britain, no matter who you are, you get fucked, innit?
Do you know whether it was her in bringing it up?
Well, they tried to convince me that this was all girls, girls, girls. Like fucking girls have the power to get the magistrate court, the actual court in the city, to be corrupted. Like the fucking random women you're sleeping with. I don't know, no woman. I've never slept with one politician in my life, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I probably got a secret fucking some of these royal daughters and I don't even know it. I probably fucking some important people's daughters, and I have no idea that's the case. Because some girl have really popped up into my life in some strange ways. So it's possible that was going on now. I was fucking some important people's kids. Obviously, daughters, not kids, as in children. Mm. So probably that is a possibility. I don't know. I never asked about their families like that, so I don't think I was interested. Well, yeah, it's possible that was going on. Yeah. Don't tell me about everybody. Everybody got something mad there. Yesterday when I went where I went to go and get the dog, yeah, it must have killed them. Because the woman's like, "Oh, I'd be scared to go anywhere by myself." I'm like, why you gonna be scared of it? That worries me. If you're meant to die, you're meant to die. You die in the houses all the time. But...
Regarding what she perceived
Yeah, that was it. Alright, comes at 6 o'clock. Oh, fuck it, I'll just wait till later to do it.
It's only speculation to the extent that you have no basis in experience or knowledge to have any idea of what we're talking about. Meaning, a good example would be if I were to say, how many children do I have? You would be speculating. You don't know me, you don't know where I'm from.
So that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you about these people, yeah. So I don't even know what's going on here. Some woman's on a situation, yeah, and I think she is the CPS. If I'm correct, getting correct, it would make sense. She's the social service worker. Right? But the guy said to her, said she's speculating. So obviously, I must have missed something in it, yeah. Well, people speculate all the time, like I say. This government will walk around telling people that they're conspiracy theorists and all this nonsense. What is a conspiracy? The police lock people up for conspiracy all the fucking time. Are the police a conspiracy theorists themselves? Yeah? A conspiracy is an act to do harm, whether singular, pure, i.e., whether you're one person, a group, a company, an organization, whatever, that's a conspiracy. An act to do some sort of harm. What is a theorist? A theorist is somebody who comes up with an idea. So when you put that together, you're a person coming up with ideas of people doing harm. What the fuck is a detective doing? He's a conspiracy theorist. He's trying to figure out what kind of harm you're trying to do here. The whole MI5 organization, the whole military organization, the whole police force, they're all conspiracy theories. The organization is based on conspiracy theories. Somebody out there plotting a terrorist act, it's a conspiracy. The people who go and catch them before they do the act or try to stop the act from ever happening. They're conspiracy theories. How are you going to stop something if you don't theorize what they're trying to do? Fuck off. So they out here telling people are crazy and are conspiracy theorists. Look. There's all mind games out there. Isn't it? Don't like you, man, but trust me. I'll never work for you, man. You man couldn't afford paying me, but yeah, and this what you're seeing on YouTube is certainly not free, yeah. Certainly not free. Nobody works for less than minimum wage. Nobody. Check my bank account, yeah. I could never be working for anybody. Because me doing all of this would be a fucking full-time job. What? Every single day, week after week after week. Somebody owes me money if I'm working for somebody. They owe me a hell of a lot of money. And holiday pay on top of that. I ain't take no holiday. I don't rest out here, mate. I'm always on the job, you hear that? So somebody owes me, you get me? Or else you have to pay for all of these details, isn't it? Quite simple. I'm no YouTuber, but the boy that violates, so, you know what I mean? The last thing they wanted me to do is come up on this whole social service antics that they're going on.
You speculate. You guess.
Nobody's guessing here. 100% sure. I don't want to hear that. I'm 100% sure because it makes sense why the police can't arrest me. Because if it was merely a police investigation, the things I've said, the police would have had more than enough to arrest me. More than enough. I ensured that I thought I'd get it over with and go to court, innit? I was under duress, immense pressure. As you see, I got no support around me, innit? As you can see, I've got no support around me. I'm always by myself. So it can't be a the police investigation would never go anywhere. Innit? That would be dead in the water if they tried. Oh, this like you, man, but I don't care who you, man, are. The man who authorized this, trust me, you have a steep hill to climb, my friend. They're making up all sort of lies. I can't hear it for them to tell me how I was addicted to alcohol and drugs. Never. I can't wait for them to start spinning them sort of lies. Because they would tell these sort of lies. They'd have to prove it. And I know for a fact they can't prove that because never happened. But they can't deny that something went on because of the license issue. Otherwise, they would be driving. They can't deny it. They know they can't deny it. The license thing is an issue for them. It's human that are dreaming, but yeah. All the shit on a police report about fucking, what do you call it now? About domestic abuse and bank card fraud. I'm like, me? I'm mad. I never stole anyone's bank card or nothing. You can't do it by yourself. You can't be a fraudster by yourself. You'd have to do it through the computer, and that would be stupid. You definitely can't do credit card fraud by yourself or check fraud by yourself because all of it would be in your position. You'd be an idiot. I ain't saying some children don't need protecting. I'll never say that. I'm just talking about my personal experience and the things I think played out in my life and played out in some people's lives. Yeah.
I have been battling for custody of my son in the family court system for over 4 years. 3 years ago, when my son was a toddler, he was returned to me by his mother with bruises throughout his little body. I contacted my attorney, who recommended that I report this issue to Child Protective Services of Clark County, Nevada. I also contacted the police department and filed a report with both agencies. In addition, I took him to the emergency room at Summerlin Hospital and to his pediatrician. All the medical professionals and the police that assessed my son determined this was indeed abuse. Unfortunately, CPS did not agree. Ms. Keisha Earhart, a family service specialist from CPS, responded with the following statement, and I quote, "At this time, I have identified no safety threats per Nevada safety assessment by which Child Protective Services is guided," end quote. If you look at the date stamp photos, you will notice the multiple bruises throughout my son's body. The same incident occurred 2 years later. Once again, I reported this issue to CPS. Donna Ford, Family Service Specialist Supervisor, responded, and I quote, "There does not appear to be any safety issues to the child," end quote. I believe that if the Child Protective Services had properly
I never abuse any childhood, never. I don't care who wants to say their mamas hit them. I don't know about that, man. I don't care about that. Who say, oh, yeah, their mama beat them too. That lady ain't my mother. I don't know who she is. Simple. I was led to believe that she's my biological mother. And I've asked for a DNA test. And I can't trust them with the DNA test because if they have the power to corrupt the court, then they have the power to corrupt the DNA test just the same. So it would be a pointless thing. I'd have to run to Russia and have them to do it. I'd have to go to China, Iran, all these places. But that's the only people who would actually give me, because obviously they'd have their own agenda, and they're the only people who would reveal that that's the truth. Nobody in the West would reveal that truth because it would affect everyone. So it's pointless going to get a DNA test. Like I say, I've asked this woman for my birth paper. She cannot fucking produce it. I've asked her for my for any picture. Literally, I've asked her for any picture, just any picture between the ages of birth and I took a picture. I took a picture with her and Christina. The first picture I've ever taken with her. The first picture I've ever taken with her was when our company was called Mutual Life. Yeah. When I left Jamaica, they changed the company to Guardian Life. So when I was going to primary school, it was called Mutual Life. When I got to grade 6, they changed it to Guardian Life. Yeah. And it's a insurance company, like life insurance and that sort of thing. Yeah. I was stood up in I think a red and white striped shirt, yeah, red and white striped shirt. I had a big smile on my face. They had like wooden varnish banister. So you come through the little door at the front, yeah. You have the security on the right with the little desk thing. You have the elevator right in front of the security desk. They had two palm trees on either side of the elevator door. And they had the stairs that came down on like 3 steps turned to the right that leads to the door, yeah? We took the picture right on the steps. So when you go up the steps, turn left, you go upstairs, yeah? You take the picture right there, really. We took the picture. Christina was like lying down on the fucking stairs, the banister part of the stairs, and I was stood up and Delta had her hands on. That's the only picture me and them have ever taken. I came here at 17. I say 18. The year I was 18. I came here at 18. I've never taken a picture with these people before that. Never after again, yeah. So that one time I took a picture, we never took a picture again until her and Michael got married. So between the ages of 11, the first picture I've ever taken with her and anybody, yeah, is if you go, there's no pictures with any cousins of mine. Not one picture with a cousin. Not one picture with any family member. Not one picture with any of these family members. And it would make sense. They did not consider them a family. So they thought there was no reason to take pictures because they were taking family pictures. And if you're not family, they're not putting your family pictures in. If you go anywhere, you never find any pictures with me and them as a family that I have ever seen. So, i.e., not me playing and, so not somebody secretly snapping a picture with me running around with these so called family members. But when you stand up as a family, when you're all staring at the same camera, knowing the camera is there, you will never see a picture like that. One picture, me, Christina was on the banister. She had on a little white dress like little girls wear, one of them things. Me with a red and white shirt. And I swear, if you look at the picture, it looked like one of my front teeth was missing because I was just like this. Yeah, it looked like one of my front teeth was fucking missing. Never taking a picture with them ever again till the day she and Michael got married. So in 18 years, 17 years, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I've only ever taken 2 pictures with my mother. That don't make sense to me, but Michael lived in England the whole time. We're not that poor. We certainly wasn't that poor. We could afford his sister. Her sister worked at Photo Express, so that's like the Jamaican equivalent of fucking Max Spielman, blood. Yeah? So she obviously had access to cameras. So that certainly worked the issue. So it's blatant that this woman is my mother. Blatant as they. And why was I in a care? Who put me in a care? Who was funding that care? Because apparently, if you have a child and I guess if that child's born in England or you lived in England or whatever, you can claim benefits if you move somewhere else. I don't know. Apparently, that's the case. So who was funding her? Because if she ain't my mother, what the fuck am I doing in her care? Bro? And she obviously made me think that she was my mother. Until I came to England and these weird shit started happening, it made sense. Like, no. This woman isn't who she says she is. She can't produce my birth certificate, not so I can see it and be comfortable with the idea. I am not seeing it. I took a birth paper from her years ago. I needed it. I think I needed it because I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I took my birth paper from her, and the birth paper went missing. Like I went to get back or whatever I needed for. I went back to look for it. The birth paper took itself upon, walked out of the house, and it never made sense to me. I asked her, I was like, do you have that birth paper? She's like, oh no. I gave it to you. I was like, you're right, you did give me the birth paper, but where the fuck did it go? And I lived all these times. I've lived in the house, shared house with other people. So some con took the birth paper away because the birth paper wasn't legit, and they took it away in anticipation of me starting to question certain things. They knew at some point I'd question it, and so they took it away, innit? And now I'm saying to her, where she must have some birth paper some other way. She's like, oh, she don't have it, or she gave it to me, or she's trying to work on something. Like, what are you working on? Bro? So they can't produce any pictures. Yeah, she can't produce any pictures of her being pregnant with me. Yeah, she can't produce any pictures with her being pregnant with me because who wouldn't have pregnant pictures? Apparently I was born in 1989. Pictures have been taken since 1945 or longer. Yeah, I mean, so I don't think cameras was an issue. So no pictures with her pregnant with me. Yeah, no pictures at all. And what she tried to tell me that what did she say? She said some shit about the house was flooded out and she lost all the pictures. I was like, which house? I'd like to know which house was flooded out because if you go to the house that we lived in Jamaica, our house can never be flooded out. Impossible, bro. Our house cannot be flooded. No way in hell that can happen. So she tried to tell me all these nonsense. I'm thinking, why are you lying about these stuff, innit? So it obviously makes sense that she isn't who she says she is. And where I don't know where I was born and where I come from. I can tell you everything about where I've been in Jamaica, the places I've been, what it looks like, every single angle, road, everything, the full map. Nobody can just remember that for no reason. So you obviously lived there. You know what I mean? I don't like Hernandez, and I don't think he's very good. I don't like that Hernandez guy. I think I left my shit. Who the hell is that? No fucking. I thought he was using an 87 Holland. That's a crazy mad card. I don't like him. I need to get another left back. I don't like any of the left backs this week, truth be told. Acuna is the best one, but he's a bit slow. No, he just no. Yeah, that's a crazy card, man. He's got a team, the guy. He has a team, man. Look at this guy's team. That's a good team. Wow. This is not a good team. Left box suck. Ugh. What the fuck? So this game is such a being rubbed so bad to the even the keeper back. Yeah, fuck yeah. Being rubbed so bad to the yeah. I mean, look at the guy out wide and could possibly. Look at this guy's Van Dyke, but like, yo, how is Van Dyke just dribbling past me like that? I mean, look at the situation. Look at Mbrotten player on the wing there outside the box. I mean, just look at that, I tell you, it's social services that's doing all this. Because guess what? They can't allow me to be traveling all over the world. You get me? Because how they're gonna keep an eye on what they're gonna say about you. Look, where is he going? Look, why is he there? How does that even make sense? You get me? So they're not ignoring nothing. They lost. They got beat. You get me? Yeah. They're not ignoring nothing. They got bait and they beat. There's no logical reason why this. Look at where the ball is. Yeah. No logical reason. Yeah. Square the ball. Yeah. No logical reason. Look at him. Why is he doing all that? I'm telling you, man, like, it's madness, man. Yeah, it's so messed up. And he keeps putting Cam at in the defense. Yeah, for some reason, he keeps putting Cam players in the back line. Every time I get a call, my Cam ends up all the way at the back. Bro. Yep. Yeah, yes. Look at about that. That's sweet. Uh, mm. Okay, let's hold him. Let's see if I can just hold him off with there. Let's see. I say, stop talking shit, one boy. Must be a real threat. Hey, if your government hearing all of this and can't do anything about it, it doesn't matter who I hit. As long as I hit somebody that's directly connected to the state, whether by blood, relative, or third person, you're gonna screw me. You all know it. I don't know why you're out here trying to show off yourself. You man are screwed me. As long as that person I hit is connected to somebody, whether by a third, fourth, fifth cousin, or a friend of a friend of a friend who knows a friend, well, you're gonna screw me. There's 60 million people in this country. What is the chances of, what is the fucking chances of hitting somebody who works for one of these organizations or is related to them? That chance is, that's a worse odds than hitting a lot of it. Or it's, at its very best, it's the same odds as hitting a lot. You know, no, you can't win that. There's no judge in the world. There's no prosecutor in the world that could outsmart me in this situation. But I can tell you that. There's no prosecution team in the world that could outsmart me when it comes to this particular issue here. I'm simply smarter than you people. Everybody knows you man lost. And everybody sat there and know that you man lost. And everybody knows that you man are actually lying. Because whatever you were saying about me as a person, it turns out that you people were the one who were lying and not me. The police has a history of lying and corruption and various other crimes. Social service the same. The NHS, they all have a history of lying and corruption just the same. I mean, the difference is yours are more detailed than mine. That's the difference there, blood. Even corruption is more detailed than mine, mate. I never use it. I think this one's pointless. It should have a good card. I never use it. Anyway. I think it's just fodder, innit? I'm doing it for fodder. I'm tired of fodder right now. I'm really tired. No, there's a lot of women, but I don't know why it's only my women players that seem to fit that. I don't have any male players that fit any of that. Well, that's interesting. That is quite interesting, isn't it? What is it base? It's based on, what is it, 88, 90, 86, 83. So it goes to 87, goes to 88. But then you only got 4 star, 4 star. No, I think, no, I don't want to do that yet. Mm, I haven't got nothing. I can't drive it. Yeah, I can't do that. It's a magic. So, you stinking in the bath, mate. Don't do that to my family. I play 4 more games. I should start. Stop biting it. I told you, stop biting it. I don't really like blanking. So, my man is faster. Same physical. Don't think the difference is gonna make much of a difference. Better passing, yeah. Blank, fuck it. Yeah, you and full king. I did not know the icons gave everybody chem. I didn't know that. Yeah, I did not know that. Mm, so Van Dijk. Okay, an Argentina Prem. Argentina Prem. Argentina Prem. F1 Pro. So, that's not easy. We go to affair. So whatever I had before, is it here? I give it extra thing. So what the play, my thing's crazy, but whatever I had before gave them full chem. Yeah, he was an English manager and next I don't know what that was. I need an English manager for him. So for an English manager. English manager. English manager. English strength. Wait, how? Yeah, so that should give him that, and then the ball so the ball not really need. I don't need passive engineers. Physical won't make sense. Dribbling and passing. Don't need anyone, so I go a hunter. That should boost his patient. So 86 pace, 94 acceleration, 92. Right, yeah. Look, I say you can hear Mr. Corruption. He's trying to save his brothers. Shit. uh, mhm. Yeah, the electric company. Yeah, the electric company is claiming I owe them £500. I'm saying, how do I owe you £500 in electric? I moved in this house last year, August. Yeah, so August to August is 12 months. The government gave £400. Yeah, the government gave £400 for electric last year, and these pussies are claiming that what's it, 10 trees. Yeah, so 10 trees is 30. Yeah, 10 trees is 30. I've got one of them electric meters. I've never used more than £30 a month. Never. Yeah, on electric because I only live by myself, and obviously I'm in one room. It's a one bedroom flat. I'm in one room all the time, so I never have my electric on like that. So there's no reason to use £30 a month. And say if you do it 12 times 30 is 36, you know. So that is 360 quid. So yeah, left you leave, you would say, arguably, I've never used £30. But if I do it at £30, 12 months will be 360 quid. Yeah. So August to August, yeah. September will be another 30. Yeah. September will be another fucking 30. Yeah. And I've never used 30 quid, I'm just being nice with that 30, yeah. So September will be another 30, that will be 390 quid. Yeah, then September, October, November, December. Another 3 months at 30 would be, what's that? 3 9, what? Is that 30? 3 trees 9, yeah. That'd be 90 quid. So you have the 10, so it would be 80 quid. So from September, it would be what's that? 390 at September. Yeah. When August, September, yeah. 390 would be 90 quid. Yeah. And 3 months, it should be 80 quid. Taking the, what's it called now? The balance of that £10. Yeah, it would have been 80 quid. They're trying to claim that I owe them 500 odd pounds now. They ain't getting there. I ain't paying them money for nothing. But I will never see another penny from me. But never. When I'm ready, I'll go to the ombudsman about it. I took out an insolvency. Yeah. Basically, the Manchester City Council was claiming I owed them council tax all the time. They were targeting my vehicle with parking tickets. And obviously, I've been trying to get a lawyer for the whole time these things have been going on. And no lawyer wants to take the case. So if no lawyer wants to take the case, why doesn't the lawyers want to take the case? What does the fucking lawyers know? Are you pissing again? What does the lawyers know? Hmm? Outside. Uh, go on. You know the rules. Outside. Yeah? No lawyer wants to take the case. Unless the lawyers don't want to take the case, the lawyers clearly know something. Somebody's spreading some rumors around. And I can go to every lawyer I've tried to access every one of them. And they know this proof that. I found Citizens Advice, I found the Law Society, I've been to pair lawyers, none of them wants to take the case. So it means obviously it's the government behind it. Obviously whoever is trolling me is telling them not to take the case. So if every lawyer on this planet chooses not to take the case, if the Law Society chooses not to do it either, it means I don't have to follow the law either. I don't have to follow the rules either, which is only fair, isn't it? So I don't have to pay any bills. I can just live free. And everybody in England who's upset that that's happening, blame the government for their own actions. If you're all upset that that's happening and you people don't find it fair, I don't find it fair either. Yeah, I don't find it fair either, mate. So until some lawyer decides to take the case, and obviously they'll lose all of that, and all of them debts will be written off anyway. Because they should have never been stood standing. Anyway, because of all them debts, I had to take out an insolvency. Mhm. Insolvency, certain things. They even tried to charge me for a solicitor in 2010. They even tried to charge me for a fucking solicitor. And you're not meant to pay for a solicitor if you ain't got no money. And the magistrate at the time, apparently the magistrate controlled it. He charged me £739 for the solicitor coming to the police interrogation. And you're not meant to, it's meant to be free. If you can't afford one, what they call it, the Miranda rights. I think Miranda rights is universal in the West. I don't know what anywhere else, but it's certainly universal in the West. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to. I definitely couldn't afford it. So I don't have to pay anything, because you might have been robbing me blatant to everybody. It's you man that have legal issues, not me. Yeah, I got no legal issue that I need to worry about. So I put in a claim about that insolvency to the ombudsman. And the ombudsman should get in contact with me at some point. If he never gets in contact with me, then trust me, I can ignore anybody out there. But I don't think he is going to get in contact with me because there's loose. So if the state is responsible for me and always have been, then I don't have to pay shit then do I? And it took me quite a long time to realize this is what was going on. Because how could they tell you that? They couldn't tell you that the state was responsible for your whole life. And why, and why would they take on that responsibility? I mean, it's simple as that. It's, some weird stuff have happened in my life. And I say they tried to convince me that I was mad, innit? That I was all crazy and I was imagining stuff. I've got the documents to back that up. I was paying £80 a month for that fucking what do you call it? Insolvency or whatever it's called. I want my money back. I want the 4 grand 500 that I paid into it, because then people at the insolvency would have known that, wait, why are you paying for a solicitor? He would have said, he would have asked. I mean, that's their duty to, when they put in claims, they're meant to go through it. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to go through it and ask questions. Because if they don't ask questions, then you can just be frauding anybody in it. You know what I mean? It's simple, innit? If they don't ask questions, then you would just be frauding people. So you should have asked legally. That was their duty to check on all of these and to validate them. Yeah, they have to vote. That's it. That's what they call it. They have to validate. They have to validate the debts. So they would have to find out who the fuck, which solicitor do I owe that debt to, and it would, what do they call it? Legal aid. Yeah. So they would have to go to legal aid and say, well, why is this man paying for a solicitor? Am I rich? Yeah, but I mean, what the fuck is going on there, isn't it? Yeah, it's the only conclusion. It's the only logical conclusion. I must secretly be rich, or Britain is responsible for me, where I don't have to fucking pay that, or any way you take it, that shouldn't be happening. And they obviously don't want to tell me, innit? They obviously don't want me to know. Yeah, yeah, they obviously don't want me to fucking know that. Because I don't think nobody can be that corrupt. I don't think the system can be that blatantly corrupt. Innit? I don't think so. So unless I'm actually a rich person and I don't have a clue that I am actually rich, because why would legal aid bill me? Because the Miranda rights, it's universal. Anybody can go and check the Miranda rights. It says you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. I'm very aware of that. It also then says at the closing of that, if you cannot afford a fucking solicitor, one will be provided for you, free of charge. So why are they billing me? Mm. So if they're billing me, it must mean that they consider me an individual who is rich or who has some sort of income that 2010 definitely didn't. And you definitely have to make, was it over 30 grand, maybe even more. You have to make more than 30 grand to even be, to have to pay for your solicitor. You have to have way more than that. I don't know what the threshold is, but it's definitely 30 grand or more. And in 2010, where the fuck would I have got that from? So they don't seem to be checking any of these things. You know what I mean? But they're just billing me all the time. So obviously I must be rich. Innit? Who can argue with the logic? I must be rich, so somebody's out here trying to steal my money. So I must be a rich man. And that means it would have came from some form of family. Yeah, some sort of inheritance. Because I just can't understand how could they make a mistake like that. Innit? There must be some sort of inheritance. Why I'm saying Delta, it all adds up why I'm saying Delta and them is not my real parents. Like, I've got some sort of inheritance out there that the state is trying to control. And the only way to control it is for me to never know it exists. But they legally have to be responsible for me because I think when it comes to wills and inheritance and stuff like that, if you don't claim it, it just stays there, innit? You get me, you know? Yeah, yeah, I think that's how it works. I don't know, but like I say, nobody can blame me for the way I'm thinking about it. Nobody can blame me for not believing these people are my parents. Because why would the legal aid fucking charge you? They just can't make a mistake like that. Innit? Because the whole court process, the whole police process, they have people who run these checks. The legal aid is connected to HMRC. That's basically who pays legal aid. HMRC, I think that's what. Yeah, I think it's HMRC. They pay legal aid, so they would know that this man isn't earning any money based on your fucking tax bracket. So unless they're aware that there is some money out there sat around waiting to be collected, and they don't want me to know about it. Innit? And I tell you, I use that every penny, brother. I do. You might have to go, brother. Use every penny, brother. I told you already. Dead serious. I don't like that, man. Can't rob me, brother. I don't know who you think you are, but you're robbing me, brother. Something is going on, and they don't want me to know about it. And nobody can argue with my logic. So that, from my point of view, it makes sense that these people are not my parents and family, given that they don't take pictures with you. It's like they don't want to leave evidence of them being around you, like in that sort of context. And that's why they wouldn't take pictures with you, but you are led to believe that. And growing up not knowing something like that. Because you have to. How could the HMRC, which is the legal, basically the legal aid, how could it not know that you're not working? You get me? You have to have a tax code. Your tax code says you're working. And if my tax code say I'm working, who the fuck am I working for? 'Cause I don't know. I don't know who works. You can't be a volunteer. Yeah, you can't be a volunteer if you have a tax code that says you have to pay legal aid. So you certainly there's some sort of payment going on there. And in 2010, I certainly were aware of working for anyone good. Nobody can argue with my logic here. Innit? There's nothing crazy about it. You put it all together. You're painting some sort of picture. You know, I'm either working and I don't know who my employers are, which it would be slavery by its very definition, or I've got some sort of will and inheritance out there. And all of this, what they're going on with all these rumors, lies, is to rob me, innit? Yeah, because it's similar to Michael Jackson's story, isn't it? Obviously, Michael Jackson, I was obviously aware that he was rich, wasn't he? But something is going on, and I made sure my logic makes sense based on the evidence and the receipts. Based on the evidence. Like I say, they can't get around that involuntary thing. That involuntary thing was done by merely accident. And I tried when I finally found out that they charged me for legal aid. I tried to get a solicitor to say, well, why am I paying for legal aid when I weren't working? No solicitor in this bitch wants to take the case. I mean, none of them want to take the case, which means somebody is saying not to, yeah. And that means that somebody has authority within the government, which would mean it's the government who's trying to rob me. One way or the other, whether I'm inheriting something or they're just charging me because they can, they're robbing me one way or the other. It doesn't matter how much or how little I'm being robbed. I'm really not happy with the idea. Really upset. Really pissed off about the whole thing, if you ask me. But I ranted and raved, and I'm tired of ranting and raving now. I've said how I feel. What a finish, man. Sometimes I press L2 to do a Travella, and sometimes it does like trick shots. Sometimes it does trick shots. But like I say, one way or the other, I'm being robbed is proven. It don't matter what I'm being robbed of, I'm being robbed of something. That it's impossible for them, it's impossible for the legal aid to not know that you're not working because it's connected to the HMRC. I'm not an illegal immigrant in Britain, as far as I'm aware. So there would be no reason to work off the books. So the employer would inform the taxman, innit? Yeah, the employer would inform the taxman about the situation. So there's no way legally can mess that up. They're basically HMRC anyway, basically. So there's no way legally could not know that I weren't working. So why is it charging me £739? Like I say, when I brought it to the insolvency people, I had to bring it there because they were piling up all these debts on me. When I brought it to them, I didn't think much of it more than these are just debts. I can't get a lawyer. Lawyers are making reasons not to take the case. Blah blah blah. hmm Then this year, I got all the debts I put into the insolvency. I realized I'm thinking like, no, I can't let that slide in it because I weren't working. £750 or whatever it was is a lot of money. Innit? I ain't got that money. I said I got into the ombudsman, and the ombudsman hasn't replied to me. It's been like 2 months, and he still hasn't replied to me. So trust me, I ain't paying no bills in this bitch. I mean, all bills I see from this point forward. I know you man can't have a lot of this to go in court because whatever it is will come out. Because who's going to pay for that solicitor? And that's the key. That is the key. Who pays for the solicitor? You know what I mean? When that Miranda rights is read out, yeah, or when whatever situation comes in, who pays for the solicitor? You know what I mean, I'd like to know, because I've already got the legal aid doing weird stuff that don't seem to have an explanation to it. They've not even said, "Oh, it's just a mistake." So the fact that they've not acknowledged it, it means it isn't a mistake. It's simple as that, because they would just acknowledge it. Don't say, "Oh, it was just an error," and wipe the debt off, plain and simple. That's realistic what should have happened. Oh, it was just an honest mistake, and it would have been no issue for me or them. The debt would have just been written off. But the fact that they don't want to answer and don't want to say it's a mistake, then therefore it isn't a mistake. It was done on purpose, which means somebody's saying I'm working, and I ain't received that salary yet. But I'm waiting on that salary, so you can see why Delta doesn't want to hand over my birth paper and paperwork, because she wants to. They were hoping for me to die so they can stay clean to it. They want that money themselves. Brian the same. Um, they all expected me to die, innit? Yeah, they all expected me to die. I'm either got some inheritance or will some sort of will out there or something where some family member left for me, and they're all trying to rub it in. Yeah, or I'm working for some company that I'm not aware of, which would be modern day slavery. Because if I ain't receiving the pay, I'm working for free. Brian is the same. Brian in the situation with Aubrey, claiming that she buys everything for Aubrey and she does this for Aubrey and her family. What in that courtroom, she's going to want to go and lay claim to the money as well, and show that she and her family provided and I didn't provide anything. And this white judge would grant her everything as if I was dead. I don't think they thought for a second. I don't think they thought for a second I was clever enough to figure this out by myself. But something's going on there, and that legal aid situation is key, innit? Because if they made a mistake there, where else can they claim that they made an honest mistake again without it looking like a conspiracy against me? I mean, how many times can they make a mistake without it looking like it's intentional? So that's the problem. Two, who am I working for? I'm not aware of it, because what contract did I sign to work for anybody in 2010? You know what I mean? And why would I not go after my money if I know I'm working? If I'm aware I'm working and I'm not being paid for it, why would I not go after them? You know what I mean? It's quite simple, isn't it? Why would I not go after my employers for not paying me? You know what I mean? So from even that point, it's a problem. So every angle they lose, they lost, they blatantly lost. And I'm not happy with what you man try to do. I can tell you man that, innit? I'm really angry, but I'm just a simple person, yeah, man. I'm really pissed off. But either way you take it, that they got the hell and hell from way back. I mean, they could never win if they tried. So it makes sense why the police don't want to fucking get involved to a degree. And because if they investigate me and try to bring any criminal charges against me, any criminal charges have to bring against whatever everybody else is doing here. And if the police is investigating me, and it turns out that the HMRC made a mistake for like that, which is very rare, would be a very rare situation, because you'd have to sign a paper at the time. Yeah, you'd have to sign a paper. You have to sign some sort of paper when it comes to legal aid to say, oh, the solicitor, blah blah blah. It has to be a paper signed. So you declare that you're working or not working. You declare you're not working, they back that up through the HMRC, automatic L for the system. So you see, either they made an error, and then that would limit any amount of errors they can make going forward. Any sort of error they can make again. From that point, they would have lost the ability to keep on making errors. what they call them clerical errors. Yeah. You couldn't make any more of these clerical errors without it looking like incompetence. Yeah? And why is it constant incompetence when it comes to me? So at some point you'd see the conspiracy there. It would be very hard for them to deny. Even if it wasn't an honest mistake. Even if it wasn't an honest mistake, they still would lose. Yeah, even if it was an honest mistake, they'd still lose. So you look at it from that point of view, something is fucking going on, man. So they either have some parents, like I said, I don't believe Delta as my parents, and it would make sense. It does make sense why I believe that because she in this country apparently people carers of people like to leave money for them, innit? Yeah, so like you take care of somebody and that person leaves money for you because they don't have any family themselves, so they leave it for who will taking care of them. So I think that's what they're trying to set up with that situation. And I make sure declaring that I don't think this woman is my mom, and she clearly made me believe that. I'm making sure put that out there so nobody can come and say I left nothing to her because she made me believe that on me. I think that's what they intentionally try to do. Try to intentionally force me to harm myself, and you either obviously pass away as a result of it, or you end up in hospital. You end up in hospital, then guess what? Somebody has to take care of you. Whoever takes care of you has access to your funds because they got to use it to take care of you. So it's obviously a scam of some sort. And like you say, the HMRC making that mistake. How much more mistakes can you people legally make as a government without it obviously being connected? I don't think you have much goals on that one. So it's one of them three. So the license is a major issue for you, man. Anybody see me knows that I'm broke as shit. Because I'm out here driving bangers. I'm out here driving bangers. Man. So who has money and drives a banger? Who is out here working in a country since 2010 and couldn't afford a better vehicle than a fucking MG Rover at the time, which was 16 years old at the time, all rusted up and shit. Who could afford that? Who couldn't afford a better vehicle? Yeah. I didn't buy. I never. If you see me, I wear the same clothes all the time, dude. Always eating the cheapest of stuff out there, bare smart price stuff. So none of it doesn't make sense. None of it couldn't make sense. None of it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? It just can't make sense on paper. And that's why they can't take it to court because this one clearly had no money. Clear as day. Nobody's that cheap like that. Nobody's fucking that cheap where you simply would not buy clothes and a better vehicle and a more reliable vehicle. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter which way they spin this narrative. It really doesn't matter. Something went wrong. Something is going on. And somebody is trying to rob me one way or the other. And I've just what I'm doing is taking away plausible deniability from everyone involved. To say whoever is here monitoring this would hear all these things and legally, if they're trying to bring any criminal charges or prosecutorial charges, who is going to pay that bill? Because if it turns out that I don't get a duty solicitor, then it fucking means somebody suggesting I have some sort of assets lying about somewhere. And I clearly don't know about that. So I live in a council house, but I live in a council house. So you can see this whole thing is a mess for them. Innit? So I reckon what they try to do was push me over the edge, one way or the other, to either self-harming or violence towards other people, which would put me in a situation for me to never access that money, and how it would have gone into legal problems. It would have all been drained through legal issues. Because whether I knew or not, oh, I would have think, oh, due to solicitor, it's being paid for through Miranda rights. They would have been using my money to pay for all that without me knowing. And if the solicitor doesn't inform me that that is going on, then he can't have your best interest at heart. So therefore, he's not trying to protect you. So therefore, that would be an issue. So you can see they never want you to know. Well, what I know enough is was good because I had to do it on my own. I had to figure out every type of scam that can be done, and we all have a problem with it. So I don't have to pay any bills. I don't have to do anything. Because if the state is responsible for me, I need to know why. I have the right to ask and the right to know. And why is the state responsible for me with my parents? Because kids who go through social care, the state ain't responsible for them. When they turn 18, they go out there and fend for themselves. Why would the state still be responsible for me? So it's quite strange. I mean, it's obviously some sort of money somewhere lying about. Yeah, there is some sort of money lying about somewhere. And they're desperately trying to get their hands on. So I might be Richie Rich. I was really looking like that right now. You get me? This my, my Bruce Wayne and my Batman. You get me? Where my parents died, and I'm secretly rich. And all these girls that are out trying to give me a vagina, they all know what's going on and trying to get their money. I'm not happy with that situation. I'm not a nice person, but trust me. Anybody thought they were getting away with that? I'm not as nice as you people thinking. I smile a lot, innit? That's as far as that niceness goes. Oh yeah, I've got a sparkling personality. I'm a charmer. Oh, yeah, in India, what they call them guys? Snake charmers. Trust me. I'm the Pied Piper as far as human concerned. But yeah, so it's really starting to make sense that something serious is going on here. I need that money like yesterday, man. I'm gonna do some devastating things to some people as a result of what you people have done here. Trust me, I dislike you, man. If you look at my camera, my camera is so weird. That's why I'm not going forward. It's not that I'm trying to keep the ball. It's just that the camera is not showing me anything forward in front of me. I'll tell you, that's I'm not going forward because the camera isn't showing me anything forward. Why did Petty turn back there? Oh shit, I got Makalele in it. Well, I had Makalele. I just saw him. I swear that guy got Makalele somewhere that looks like him. Oh yeah, it's a left back. Whoever that is, isn't it? It's so come. Who's that left back? Yeah, it looks like Makalele. Can Makalele play left back? It did look like Makalele. But anyway, I forgot I had Makalele. To see, man, see if he's better than Petit. Alright, so after this, so 6 o'clock, I should 6 o'clock. I've got about 4. Why am I? Why am I at 4 now? So I've got 2 now. Yeah, I've got 2 now already. That should take me to 6. And then what is it now? Wednesday, I've got another 2 that should take me to 8. And Thursday, that should take me to 10. So them 2 they give me the 1,000 points I need. And then yeah, them 2 give me the 1,000 points I need. And then I need another 500 for that stupid shit. Alright, what is it now? Machiavelli. Yeah, Machiavelli. I'm trying to figure out. Machiavelli. Special. No, yeah, Machiavelli. Machiavelli must be better than Petit. So he's faster than Petit. Less shooting, less passing, more dribbling, better defense. Yeah, better than Petit. So Petty's got what? What's that? What's this? Physical. Machiavelli's got black. I can't Machiavelli. put a shadow for there. So 89 sprint speed, 92 acceleration, 99 stun tackle, 96 sliding tackle, 99 interception. Mental. Oh, yeah. And what was it doing now? I put a Holland. I'll lose one king point on Holland, and I only get two there. Well, Bruno. Bruno makes sense. Bruno gets fucking just the same. Come on. I call Bruno Mr. Hollywood. Outrageous. I put a hunter in there. Probably should have put an engine in. Right, come on. Stop pissing on the floor. Right, every time you piss on the floor, put it outside. You have to learn. You're gonna have to learn not to. Ugh. Yeah, every time you piss on the floor, shit on the floor, I'll put it outside. I don't want you shitting on the carpet, mate. You only came yesterday, so you got to teach you not to do it. No, no chair, not in the chair. You're not allowed in the chair. Stay on the floor. You're not allowed in the chair, mate. Go on. Stop licking me. Wow, you hungry? Yeah, I'll feed you at 6. I'll feed you at 6 in 7 minutes. Alright. Non ti parla. Yeah, tell you now. I'm gonna buy up nothing in there, man. Tell you that. I don't know where my Bruno. My Bruno Fernandez is lost on that pitch. I mean, Mr. Holland. Hey. Rub the soul like that. No, man. Shouldn't have used this fucking stupid Holland. I'm gonna beat him anyway. Well, 4-1, I'm gonna beat this guy. I'll take Bruno after that. Bruno, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll go maxing in there. Give it a Holland another 5 minutes to take him. uh, uh, as usual, I don't lose games. I don't lose games. What you're seeing is not a loss. It's basically washes. Yeah. So this. Yeah. So look at my keeper. Look at Van Dijk. Look at the ball passes Van Dijk instead of jumping in the way. It allows it to pass him. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Then watch this. So yeah. How's that not a foul? I mean, he touched me before he touched the ball, so it should be a foul. I don't know these games. They're just doing what they normally do. Yeah, yeah. Fucking Makalele seems worse than Petit, but this guy's just tripping me all the time, and it doesn't seem like my players can stop them boys going over there. Yeah. Oh, what is wrong with that Makalele? Bruno and Makalele seem like very strange. Thought I was gonna beat him as well. Yeah, alright, Holland has to get off. Holland shit. He got the same Holland, but somehow his Holland is doing things that my Holland chooses not to. No, give it back to Makalele, man. I told you, yeah, I don't lose games. They rub me all the time. But definitely, why did I not lose games? What is it? Go general over there, go bang, go take anymore, and then at least take off the jump from my gun. I told you, I don't lose games. I've got the right to behave the way I behave. I don't lose games. Look at that. Why would look where Haaland was in the fucking box? Why would he just boot it over? So this guy's got fucking Ollie Watkins, but yo, look up this shit. Look at this game, bro. This guy got Ollie Watkins dribbling past me and doing all sort of mad shit, bro. Come on, Janabi, let's punch it. Then that's You see the delay. I just seemed to do the ball roll and it just wouldn't ball roll when I wanted to. I look at Van Dijk letting the ball roll past him. I didn't give any money away. I didn't donate to any charity. I did not do anything like that. I did not give any money away. Let's just be clear, innit? I mean, I did not give a penny away. I didn't donate it. I'm no fucking philanthropist. Because if I ain't got shit, why would I give it away, give it to other people? I'm gonna give my money away and work, live in a council flat, man. Idiot. I ain't give nothing away. I didn't donate to any charity. No fucking humanitarian. Trust me, I'm the opposite. If I do something in my benefit and it helps you, I'm not gonna be upset about that. But I definitely ain't giving my life away to save anybody else's. I say no for me. Anybody out there trying to say, oh, you gave it away? No, you lying. You definitely lying. I weren't aware of the will, I weren't aware of any of it. And white people are trying to rob me. Simple as that. There's no other way of looking. Obviously, if you look at my skin color, you can clearly tell that I've got white people in my own family. So I'd assume if there's a will or some inheritance it came from my white grandparents. And white people want to rob me of it. Yeah, maybe see Diana as my mom. Maybe Princess Diana. Maybe I'm some illegitimate child of the royal family. That was bullshit though. You get the picture. Maybe I'm some illegitimate child of the royal family. I mean, at the time, innit? I couldn't have no niggas in the family to get me, innit? They shipped me off. But I ain't never give no money away. I didn't even know I had it. Because I like nice stuff too, contrary. If you can't afford nice stuff, you gotta live within your means, innit? Yeah, I mean, you have to live within your means. Yeah. So like when you wake up or feed you. So whatever my grandparents left from me that came from Europe or England, I want that book. And I want Delta and her whole family in prison. By putting her in prison, the rest of you automatically go there. I guess you're gonna have to Jeffrey Epstein. I just laugh at that. I say, I'm not your heroes, but I'm not a savior. My life has been quite tumultuous and quite hard. I don't know what tumultuous means, but I've heard it before. You know what I mean? It's a lot of turmoil and fucking issues after issues. So I'm being robbed by the state of Britain for something I'm not even aware of. I say when I say if you don't know you don't miss it. That's what they say. Unfortunately for you, man, I do miss it. I mean, I could feel it. You get me? I knew something weren't adding up, and it's not only money in my bank that's not adding up. Other things as well. I've never had a birthday party in my life, and well, a lot of people are like that. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a birthday present in my life. To get to 33 years old, never had a birthday present. It's mad, bro. That's crazy. Yo, trust me, I'm not a nice person, my friend. Nobody live my life can be a nice person. You can try to be a better person, but that's as far as it goes. It's a better person. Never had a birthday present in my life. No girl, nobody has ever bought me any birthday present. I mean, but them girl, they can fuck themselves as well, you know. And they were as guilty as everybody else of trying to rob me of whatever it is. So it is what it is. They was guilty of trying to fucking rob me too. Yeah, how much have I got now? 609. What was it? 225? I'm gonna get on more. I need to check this one. So 625 on that. Really have to Ultimate Dynasty. How come I got two? That's so weird, isn't it? Did you see that, yeah? I did the one for I did the one for today. For yesterday. That started yesterday at 6. I did that one. I just found the glitch in the game by accident. Innit? I did the one for yesterday in this video, at the start of this video. 6 o'clock just came before. I started the game at what 5:54 or something, 5:56, something like that. It ended after the 6 o'clock, and I got a daily objective for that as well. Let's see if I go and play this game again. If I go and get another two, you know, yeah, if I get another mat day, because I would have had 2 daily objectives for this 6 o'clock, and that's not meant to happen. Yeah, it shouldn't happen. Look, there it is, isn't it? It's back again. Oh, you can repeat it 3 times. Repeat it, well, repeat it with one. They don't, that's not happened before. That's never happened before. Never. I played games before with this Madeleine, and I was only able to get it once, you know? It wouldn't come up again after that. So unless it was broken before, or else it's broken now, yeah. It definitely worked like that before. Oh, I got 4 games. I can't be out playing no more. No, I'm gonna play some more. How many games have I got away actually? That's what I need to look at. Are you ready to eat? Hmm? You look like you're hungry, innit? Alright, go on. 6 o'clock now. Advent calendar. Where's that shit now? Seasonal. Yeah, Punish please. So not that one. That's a snowflake thing. Weekly. 25. Yeah, I'm playing 5 games there. Alright, I'm gonna feed this fucking dog.